What is up, guys? I am Isaac Stent, and this is, I think, maybe a podcast that I'm going to start doing. I've been kind of wanting to do this for a while, actually, and I'm kind of just winging it right now. I just wanted to kind of get something on there. So today I'm just I probably won't be on here too long, but I'm kind of just talking about kind of some things that I think I had a video before this. It was labeled as mental it wasn't mental awareness. It was just kind of like where my head's been, things that I've been dealing with and whatnot. And that was like, I don't know, 4 or 5 months ago. And I've kind of just been like, what's the word I'm looking for? Reconfiguring myself. As a dad, 34 years old now, been surfing for like my whole life, and just trying to be like the best athlete I could be, best dad, best husband, whatever. Keep fucking burping. This thing is kind of nuts, to be honest. But some key things for me that I've been really working on, and this is just information that's out there with everything, right? Like there's just so much information, so it's not like it's sad to say, I'm not just like original and making this up very unique. It's just information I've gathered. So one thing for me is, and I think we all have our past, the way we were brought up, a lot of it stemming from our childhood and whatnot. One of the biggest things for me that's been really hard, and I'm like kind of just figuring this out now, and especially when it came to surf competitions. I had a pretty successful like amateur career for the most part, and when I got into junior pros and whatnot, it wasn't like I made some quarterfinals. I never had like that's good, but it wasn't like, you want to be making like finals and doing well. I've never won like a junior pro. I've never won a professional venue. I've like, in the sense of like QS, qualifying series events, I've made like quarterfinals been my best result. I made a quarterfinal finish at Sunset, like this a long time ago, maybe 10 years ago. So yeah, that has been that. And it's been like, and then as I got older, my surfing has gotten better, and my understanding, and just like overall, like in the sense of developing more skills. But I've just, for the last like maybe 8 years, I just cannot like make it past 2 rounds. I cannot. And, or I could not, I should say. And I just, and I think we all as athletes, people have been surfing or whatever sport you do, I think we've all kind of gone through this, right? There's some people that can just really perform under pressure, and then there's some who kind of like fall to it, and they call them like, the people perform well in gyms and they don't perform well when it comes on to like jiu-jitsu terms, like on the mat. For me, it's like I perform well overall in just like free surf and surfing, and then when it gets to competition, I just tend to like anyone, I just kind of like I just self-sabotage pretty much. And I started asking myself, why is that? And it kind of stemmed from my childhood. I think that I really lacked self-belief. I think I doubted myself, my capabilities. I never really had, like my parents and whatnot. Whatever. I don't want to get into that kind of stuff, but I never just really had the right direction for me as a child, even, for most of my life. And the one thing that I just didn't really ingrain in myself is just that self-belief, that true self-confidence, you know, because the fact of the matter is whenever you perform and there's pressure, you're always going to have like pressure. You'll get butterflies. You may get nervous, but you'll be able to like kind of use it and like feel yourself and be able to perform well. Where me, I just kind of like all the things I didn't want to do, all the things I knew I wasn't supposed to do, I just do it. It's the weirdest shit. And it's not my work ethic. It's not the time I put in the water. I've been surfing forever. I think we all, especially for me, is like I know there's so much room for growth and to progress, you know, and we kind of get labeled as surfers. I'm like you could say a power surfer. I use a lot of my rail. I'm not really like in the sense of moderation, like we're not in moderation. People are doing airs forever, but I don't really do a lot of airs. Like that's just not like in my repertoire so much that some would say, but it's not, but I would love to kind of add that more to my game, and that just takes time. And, but yeah, so with that being said, it's competition. I'm kind of ranting, but competition is like one of those things where I feel like, you know, especially in a QS event, you have 4-man heats, you have priority, and it's about 25 minutes, right? And top 2 advance. And you, in that 25 minutes, you just have to be better. You have to put it together better than 2 other guys. And if you notice, there's always like 10 people that you know, come across in competitions all the time. Even five people. There's these 5 guys who will just always make quarters, semis, or the finals. And you think, why do these guys do it? They put it together well in these heats. And I always thought about it, and I'm like, I don't feel that I lack the skill. But the competitive savviness, just like, I have the strategies, I have those things, but it's just putting it together. And I think what it comes down to is like, I know everything's there. I doubt me. And that's been a hard thing. And I feel like even in my whole life now that I'm like, just in general, I feel like that plays a huge role on me. Maybe like everyone may experience that, but I experience it to a really like depth, like a very like to the core type of shit. You know what I mean? So I think that, I don't know if some of you struggle with that, maybe don't, maybe do, maybe to like a more extreme place like me, but that's kind of where I've been, and I'm starting to do things to help, you know, to just build me up, like affirmations and whatnot. It sounds a little cringy, but that's what I've been doing, and I've been like doing that a lot for the past like few months, and I'm not perfect, but I've been very consistent. You know, I was overweight. I still have to lose weight, but been training hard. And I've always trained, and I don't feel like I had a really bad diet, but I definitely like to eat, especially when I'm stressed out or like anyone else. So I've been really just working on my macros, eating with purpose, not just like consuming a bunch of food when I'm depressed or feeling weird or whatever the fuck it is. Depressed is a whole nother thing too, right? Like, yeah, I don't even want to get into that, but the things that I've been doing for my mental state to help me kind of stay on track is, number one, my nutrition, and losing weight. So I've been in a caloric deficit, and it just feels like I'm eating with the right intention. I'm eating with a purpose for my body, losing weight. I want to feel sharp. I want to feel good in my skin. So that's kind of the place I've been training daily. I've been adding, been training for a few months now, like do a lot of weight training, a lot of like high interval training. And I don't want to get into it, but like the more I do these things, we'll see how this, whatever. I will start kind of seeing what I like, add in exactly what I'm doing, but just kind of stating the things that I've been doing to help me with self-doubt and to build me up and to make me perform on the level that I know I can perform at. And I think the big reason too for a lot of us is we know what to do. A lot of us know the amount of work it takes to get to a certain place, and we just get in our own way. And that's really all it is. And that's me. I get in my own way. No one gets in my way. I do. And I know I have to put in so much more work. You have to put in so much more work than you think you are, or that you need to do, you know? And it is like, as we get older, I'm 34, you know, and as you get older, you know, and you have younger guys, especially in, like, if you're looking at it in a surfer perspective, and if those young guys are training hard and they have the, you know, the right head on their shoulders, and they're waking up early, eating right, and you're an older athlete, you need to fucking step it up, man. You're gonna have to double that, and you're gonna really have to be in the right mental place. And that's all it is. I'm just challenging myself. I'd love to. I need to look at the QS. I'm all over the place with this. I'm just kind of ranting, but you know, if you have nothing better to do, why not listen, right? And yeah, so that's kind of where I've been, and I'm just working on me and the things that I've been doing. Let me get back to this, is nutrition, training. I've been adding in running. I never really liked running. I don't think a lot of people do like running, but I've been running about in the mornings. I'll run a minimum of 2 miles, and then I'll average it out to about 3 to 5 miles. So I've been running 2 to 5 miles every, I don't want to say every day, but like 5 days a week. And I do weight training every day. And it may seem like a lot, but it's just different movements, different compound movements. And it's just really good for my mental state and recovery, mobility, all that. And then I'm surfing probably around 5 days a week as well, every morning. And yeah, I'm just keeping busy. And I just kind of want to, I've been meditating, not as much as I should be, but I've been journaling a lot as well. And I kind of want to do this, not so much interviewing people. I don't know if that ever would happen, whatever, I don't know. But kind of just, it's almost like a journal, but like I'm recording it and I get to look back on it. And then maybe there's like-minded people that have their own opinions or suggestions, or I don't know, shit like that. So that's kind of where I've been. And yeah, this is cool. I'm just ranting, but that's a cool thing. So thanks for tuning in, and we'll check back, I don't know, soon. All right. Aloha.